After the age of 60, your body becomes something new, quieter, slower, but far more sensitive. It asks not for more effort, but for deeper attention. And yet many foods we've long believed to be healthy may now be working silently against us, accelerating the very aging we seek to delay. I didn't come to this realization through textbooks or theory, but by observing my own grandmother. She suffered for years, joint pain that never left her side, nights spent twisting in discomfort, energy levels that dwindled no matter how well she ate. She followed all the advice, leafy greens, plenty of vegetables, supplements, but nothing changed, or rather, everything did, just in the wrong direction. After she passed, I began to investigate. 2 years of research into aging, digestion, and nutrition opened my eyes to a quiet truth. We have misunderstood senior health profoundly. You see, aging changes the digestive fire within us. Stomach acid declines, gut flora shifts, the liver and kidneys slow. Foods we once absorbed with ease may now linger in the body, undigested, fermenting into inflammation and fatigue. What once nourished you can now steal from your vitality. And so I want to gently bring your attention to a few vegetables that, though praised in youth, may now be harming your body. Not because they are bad, but because your body has changed, and so must your understanding. Let me start with the first, the tomato. Surprising, isn't it? Tomatoes are everywhere. Pasta sauces, soups, salads. They appear wholesome, colorful, fresh, but beneath their skin lies a hidden challenge for the aging body. Tomatoes belong to a plant family called nightshades, which contain compounds known as glycoalkaloids, particularly solanine. These are naturally occurring chemicals that in younger bodies are processed efficiently, but with age, your liver's detoxification capacity diminishes. These compounds begin to accumulate, especially in the joints. What follows is inflammation, not a dramatic flare-up, but a slow, persistent heat. Stiffness in the morning, aching knees, hands that no longer grip like they once did. Many seniors report good days and bad days with their arthritis. I gently suggest you observe which days follow meals with tomato-based ingredients. You may begin to notice a pattern, but there's another layer to this. Tomatoes are also acidic. As we age, our ability to regulate the body's acid-base balance weakens. To neutralize the acid, the body draws minerals from within. Calcium from your bones, magnesium from your muscles. Slowly, subtly, you may be depleting your own structural strength in the name of health. I remember sitting in silent reflection after a conversation with my grandmother's doctor. Yes, he admitted, many of my elderly patients with severe joint issues eat tomatoes regularly, but I don't tell them to stop. There isn't enough research. But do we always need research to hear what the body already knows? This is not a warning rooted in fear. It is an invitation to listen more deeply. Your body is wise. It has carried you for decades. Perhaps it is whispering, not shouting. Perhaps tomatoes, once your friend, are now asking to be set aside, not in rejection, but in respect for your changing nature. You are not fragile, you are evolving, and so should your nourishment. It's not just the alkaloids. The truth runs deeper. Tomatoes are also highly acidic. And for aging bodies, the ability to maintain proper acid-alkaline balance gradually weakens. When you consume acidic foods frequently, like tomato soup, sauces, or salads, your body must work harder to keep your internal environment in balance. But how does the body neutralize that acid? It draws from its own reservoirs, calcium from your bones, magnesium from your muscles. The very foundation that holds you upright, steady, and strong is slowly diminished. It's as if the body sacrifices its own strength to clean up the mess we unknowingly create. Each spoonful of tomato soup, though comforting and familiar, might be quietly withdrawing from your future stability. You may not feel it immediately, but the depletion is real, silent, gradual, and often irreversible. I still remember what my grandmother's doctor said after her passing. We were sitting in a quiet consultation room, and in a moment of honesty, he shared, "It's interesting. Many of my senior patients with severe arthritis eat a lot of tomatoes. But I don't tell them to stop. there's no definitive research. No definitive research. It struck me deeply. Do we always need double-blind studies to notice what's happening right in front of us? Sometimes clarity doesn't come from numbers. It comes from paying attention to patterns, to people, to pain, and the pattern is unmistakable. Let me now invite you to look at the second quiet disruptor of senior vitality, one that even I hesitated to believe at first: raw spinach. For decades, spinach has been held up as a symbol of health. We've been told that it builds strength, provides energy, and enhances longevity. But there's a difference between what is good for the young and what is safe for the aging body. Raw spinach is extremely high in oxalates, natural compounds that, when broken down, can form tiny sharp crystals inside the body. For young, healthy kidneys, these are often processed and excreted without issue. But with age, the kidneys weaken. Their filtering capacity softens, and those crystals begin to build up. They don't just vanish, they accumulate in your joints, causing discomfort and swelling, in your kidneys, forming stones. And perhaps most dangerously, they bind to essential minerals like calcium and iron, making them unavailable for your body to absorb. And the symptoms, they often look like what we've come to accept as just aging. Achy joints, fatigue, foggy thinking, digestive distress. So we shrug, we blame time. But the truth is, something deeper may be at play, something hidden beneath the leaves of a well-meant salad. I once invited 12 seniors in my community to eliminate raw spinach from their diets for 6 weeks. 11 of them reported feeling noticeably better, more energy, less joint pain. The one exception? They later admitted they hadn't fully followed the suggestion. It wasn't science, but it was experience. And sometimes experience speaks louder than data. Now we arrive at the third vegetable that, despite its bright colors, may be accelerating the aging process: bell peppers. Especially red, yellow, and orange ones. They seem so innocent. They're praised for their antioxidants, recommended by nutritionists, and loved for their crunch and color. But bell peppers belong to the nightshade family, the same group as tomatoes, and they carry the same inflammatory alkaloids. What's beautiful to the eye may not always be gentle on the body, especially not the aging one. Let us begin to see not just with our eyes, but with awareness. Not everything that is bright is benevolent. There is something else about bell peppers that few people talk about, and yet it may be the most serious concern of all. Bell peppers are consistently listed among the most pesticide-contaminated vegetables on the market. Every year, the Environmental Working Group ranks them within their dirty dozen, produced most heavily exposed to chemical pesticides. For a healthy young adult, this might not be an immediate concern. Their liver, still agile and efficient, works tirelessly to neutralize and eliminate these toxins. But for those of us who are walking a little slower, thinking a little deeper, and entering the later chapters of life, the story changes. You see, as we age, our detoxification systems slow down. The liver, once a mighty filter, now works with less force. The same pesticide load that might glide through a 30-year-old's body becomes a toxic burden for someone in their 70s or beyond. And pesticides don't simply disappear. Many of them are lipophilic, which means they store themselves in fat, including the fatty tissues of the brain. Now think about this. These chemical residues don't just sit quietly. Over time, they may contribute to cognitive decline, hormonal imbalances, and a slow, creeping inflammation that weakens joints, nerves, and clarity of thought. But even if you choose organic bell peppers, thinking you've avoided the pesticides, another concern remains. Bell peppers are extremely